Jeanie, Jeanie, the colourful world of Jeanie.
Hello, Jeanie here. I want to tell you about floor polish on the ceiling. I can't remember how old I was, sort of 11 maybe, I don't know. And my brother, who was pretty mischievous, 2 years older than me, and he was always into sort of pranks, and if it was naughty, it was more successful as far as he was concerned. And one day my mum and dad were out, and he called me upstairs. He said, "Come and see what I'm doing. It's really good." So I went upstairs. He liked an accomplice, and he wanted an accomplice, and that's why he asked me to come. He got his school ruler, and he was holding it very firmly on top of the lintel post at the top of the stairs. It had a sort of flat top, and it was about 9 inches across. And he held it very firmly, and he flicked the other end with his hand, and it went brrr, 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 made a lovely noise. It was a nice boxwood ruler, and he was having fun there. He said, "Now look." And he got a tin. My mum had bought a new big tin of floor polish, maybe a pound of it. And he got the lid off, and he got a blob on his ruler. And he went twang with his one hand, holding the other firmly onto the lintel post. And the blob, pink waxy blob, went shooting up and stuck to the very high ceiling, really high. And it was in the well of the stairs, a square well, and it was really high, and if you look down the well, that was quite long as well, so it was quite, you couldn't wipe it off or anything because you wouldn't be able to reach. And even if you had a ladder, how would you do it then? It was one of those sort of situations. And I thought, my goodness, what are you going to do? Oh, George, it's stuck to the ceiling. How are we going to get it off? And he said, he was on a roll. He was doing it again and again and again. He said, have a go, have a go. And so I had a go, and I did it as well. I thought, poor Mum, how's she going to get it off? But George didn't care anything about how people got off. He was interested in getting it on. I think he used up the whole tin of floor polish on the ceiling, and there it stayed because nobody knew how to get it off. It stayed, never fell down. It stayed up, little waxy blobs, stayed on for a very long time. Oh gosh, my heart bleeds for my poor parents. I'm not as bad as that nowadays. Thank you. Bye-bye.
The colourful world of Jeanie. Jeanie, Jeanie. The wonderful, colourful, mysterious world. The wonderful, colourful, mysterious world. The wonderful world of Jeanie.